All right, welcome to Starfield. Ah, before we even jump into anything, let's jump into the settings. Head over to display. Yeah, your settings are essentially generic. Congratulations, there's no FOV slider in any way, shape, or form. Some of these guns are going to be gigantic, and you're just going to be stuck with it. One of those things you're just going to have to learn how to deal with. Film grain intensity, take that and drop it right on down to 0. Technically, turn that off as well. Another thing you want to turn off, motion blur. For whatever reason, motion blur is goddamn high. No, turn it down. Aggravates my eyes, and I have a feeling that if you're like me, dealing with motion blur way too much, your eyes are gonna get super fucking tired eventually. But other than that, it's super straightforward. It's missing an FOV slider, which I kind of wish it had. Even Destiny gives me an FOV slider, but you know, for the most part, it's decent. For key bindings, they allow you to rebind everything, which is fantastic because yeah, there's a lot of issues in regards to basically certain functions sharing the exact same button. I'm going to essentially talk about that when we go to space if anything kind of pops off. But bindings, fantastic. Accessibility features, non-existent for the most part. It's like toggle iron sights, and where's the color features for people who have issues? I guess that's coming later. That's something we're going to wait for to be updated. But photo mode, photo gallery mode, if you've ever played a game that you've wanted to take pictures in, then this is certainly that game. Now let's jump into the menu. This menu sucks. This is probably the most annoying, convoluted menu I have ever encountered in a video game. I have a feeling that a lot of people are going to be frustrated and struggle with this menu system. From the ship and ship design system. Wait a minute, is my ship damaged? No, it's not. To the star map system, which instead of using your mouse scroll button, which allows you to zoom in on the planet and also spin it around or zoom in on a particular location, it uses the tab button, which is right there, which is also the exit button to basically back out of the star system to the extreme degree and then zoom into like another star system so that you can check it out and see what's going on. But the tab button also shares like a bunch of other functions, which is it's essentially also the back button. I kind of wish they had just streamlined that and gave it all to your mouse, which is you hit a certain threshold backing out and you zoom out to the greater galaxy, and then you zoom out again to the star cluster, and you zoom out again to the universe in general, and then as you scroll forward you fly right back in. It's a little bit more, in my experience, a little bit more intuitive to have the systems run that way. That's just me. The skill system is a complete fucking mess. I detest this skill tree system. I think it could have been better if these skills were built into your character, kind of like the way in which they were for Skyrim, which as you talk to people, as you persuade people, you just automatically level up these different professions instead of having to rely on the level system to unlock skill points, to put skill points into it. Like for instance, for this, I have tier 2 weightlifting, right? You put 1 point in a rank 1, you put another point in a rank 2, then you have to put another point in a rank 3, while also completing the challenge progress to sprint for 5,000 meters while at 75% or more of your maximum load capacity. I feel as though once you put a point into this, completing some of these challenges should automatically give you the next rank. You shouldn't have to come back to it and level it up again. And doing that is one of the things that makes the opening parts of this game so sluggish. Having to basically invest points into weightlifting so you can carry more takes away from your ability to put points into, let's say, persuasion so you can talk to people better, or put points into combat so that you can level up your weapons and do more damage, or put more points into science so you could unlock spacesuit design and weapon engineering, which if you're somebody who's a pack rat, there's literally no sense pack ratting for the early parts of this game. Why? Because you're going to have to put 4 points into either astrodynamics, geology, medicine, research methods, surveying, to finally unlock spacesuit design and weapon engineering, to finally unlock the fact that they also have perks that you're going to have to craft stuff in order to get more crafting plans, which you're going to need points in order to unlock so you can progress to the next rank. It just bogs everything down and brings it to a crawl. Like, there should have been points that you unlock, and I would say you could probably have just given us like 30 points or 40 points, and from this you select what it is that you want, and then playing the game you unlock the higher ranks. So if you're somebody who's just interested in doing nothing but flying around, and look at this, like ballistics, I already have this completed, but I'm not putting another point into it because I want to unlock other stuff. Jetpack boosting, same thing, have it completed, not going to put another point into it because I want to unlock other stuff. Piloting, super close to destroying 15 ships. Security, on my way to completing the second part of security, because that's super important to unlock doors and unlock treasure chests. Targeting systems controls, it's there. I think it's something I selected from before, but the fact that you require skill points to not only unlock the basic skill, but then unlock each and every one of the tiers, brings a lot of the fun to a crawl. If you're seeing a lot of stuff online where people are talking about, you don't get to essentially enjoy the game for the first 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 hours, this is why. Because a lot of the stuff is locked behind you having to go out and grind levels in order to come back and unlock it, then go out and complete a challenge, then go back out again and unlock to grind level again so that you can put another point into it to unlock the challenge. No. Streamline everything. Make the transition smooth. If you're somebody who's a crafter and you unlock spacesuit design, as you're crafting stuff, you rank up spacesuit design until you have maximum rank just doing that activity. Forcing me to go and do other stuff to get points to come back and put points into another thing that will help me unlock something else sucks. It's shitty. How is basic moving around? Exploration is fantastic. I love landing on these planets. I love running around and not knowing what to expect. I love swapping over to survey mode where it has a little icon that sends me back to my ship. They let me know what I can pick up, what I can't, what's super important on the ground, what to scan, things along those lines. That's fun. That's super good. Is the combat good? Not really. Weapons have that issue from Mass Effect 1 where you can be aimed down sights on an enemy, but it's relying on the fact that your gun has an accuracy stat, which is 73% chance of accuracy. So you can be aimed directly at an enemy right on sight, pull the trigger, and have that bullet pass right through that enemy. That also super sucks. I feel as though they should have just went with a Destiny system or a Mass Effect 2 system where when you aim down sights on your enemy, your bullet hits that enemy. There's no RNG where, you know, that 23% chance that you may miss happens to proc like 8 times in a row and you just don't do damage to an enemy at point blank range. That sucks. That majorly sucks. But other than that, exploration is great. I'm not going to say that I'm early in the game because I am 12 hours in. Actually, I think I'm past 12 hours. Let's actually save and see where I'm at. I am 12 hours in. I don't know if there's a vehicle system, but that vehicle system should have been available super early, where I land on a planet and I have like a speeder bike or something just parked right here that I can hop on and just drive and go. I don't know if that's a system that I'm missing. I have hit every single button that this game presents Actually, the easiest way to actually check to see whether or not such a thing exists is to actually go to bindings and scroll spaceship, spaceship docked, menu navigation, quick container, outpost, terminal, Photoshop mode, security, scope, data menu, star map, surface, spaceship editor, spaceship builder edited, spaceship builder colored, flight check, exit confirmed, selection, upgrade, ship info. There is no speeder bike. You're walking, you're hoofing it. Knees to chest, 1 foot in front of the other. And sometimes the distances you have to walk, 444 meters, 394 meters, 996 meters. Can you imagine having to walk? The only upside is the fact that once you walk to a destination, you can fast travel to it. It's like, thank God. And if you have anybody that's following you, that has to follow you from one destination to another destination, you're able to fast travel to that, and the game is smart enough that it's like, hey, this individual is going to be fast traveling with you. Thank God. Having to walk back to camp with some of these people would have been absolutely atrocious. On board your ship, I like the companion system. I wish it was a little bit more robust.
Everything's 5 by 5.
Like you bring, for instance, damage control specialist, right?
Captain, good to see you.
When you meet this person in town, this person tells you, they're like, hey, I'm a damage control specialist. When your ship is taking damage, I'm the person working to like fix the hull and make sure we don't blow up in space. I wish they did that on the ship. I wish that if you were like a damage control specialist, when I took damage, you would like be like, Captain, I'm doing so-and-so, and you see the hull repairing itself.
You've got something for me?
That would have been dope. Somebody else that I have on my ship,
boss?
I have this guy. He's great as a weapons specialist. He talks up a big game when you pick him up in the spaceport. He's like, yeah, you know, I'm the guy controlling the lasers to make sure that we take out our enemies. He doesn't fire a damn thing. Nothing. In any way, shape, or form. I'm the person in charge of like pulling those triggers and firing those shots. I wish that when you got a crew, kind of like The Expanse, that you're basically the ship captain flying, and the AI, if you paid them, were the ones basically taking control and handling those type of situations. Like I said, I'm only 12 hours in. Maybe that changes further down the line. But from a 12-hour first impression playing this game, it kind of sucks that like they're presented that way, but they don't fill that role when you're on your ship. I didn't actually mean to exit the damn ship. Let me just go straight to the fucking cockpit. There we go. Now we can take off. I hope there's not like a spacer in space waiting for me. Character creation. Character creation was decent. You've seen better. Once again, Bethesda and BioWare are in a arms race with each other to see who can create the shittiest hair options imaginable, or the most unlikable hair options on the face of the planet. They're honestly lucky that I like the hair option that the character defaulted with, because to be quite honest, if that default hair option didn't exist, my character would have just been bald. I'd have been like, fuck it, Shepard, congratulations, you're bald. Yes, the character is named Shepard after Shepard from Mass Effect. One of the things that I do enjoy is how you basically get around controlling your ship's different systems, rerouting power from one thing to another. When you're in combat, as you can see, you drop the grav jump, and then you can power up your engines to get your engines at maximum so that you can move around a little bit better. If you look right here on the left hand side where speed is, in the center there's like a white bar. For maneuverability, you want to be able to operate essentially inside of that white space, allowing you to move around well, but then you can also boost, and then you can also engage your boost thrusters to be able to get away from a situation and rotate away from like enemy missiles, things along those lines. That actually makes ship combat really robust and really fun. Looking at the star map, like I said, we just left here, which is the abandoned biotechnical operation. There's a lot to explore. And when I say a lot to explore, I honestly mean that there is a lot to explore. There are multiple different worlds. Some of these worlds have absolutely nothing on them, but you can set course them and you can land there, which is great for just exploration landing. A lot of them also have missions. For instance, an industrial outpost, you know, who's there? Is it pirates? Is it somebody else? What's going on like, you know, that planet? You zoom out a little bit more, you've got like the Olympus system. You zoom into the Olympus system to see what's going on. Well, there's a communication satellite here. There are multiple different planets in the solar system. You can land on the rocky planets and just explore them, rotate them around, see if there's anything on them, hit R to show the resources so that you can see where exactly it is that you want to land if you want to mine certain resources. It's great that it tells you the resources right here in that left-hand corner, because that comes in handy. It also tells you if the environment is extreme, if you're going to be taking damage, so you can dress accordingly. Because if you're looking for helium, or you're looking for aluminum, and you're looking for beryllium, this is where you go. You show up here, you land on the planet, you mine some stuff, you get the resources that you need, you get the hell up out of there. You can also set up outposts at different locations, which I don't think I have set up an outpost yet, and I really should, because I have a few team members that are, in all honesty, really good at dealing with outposts. Another great thing is the first time you're going to a new system, you're going to have to warp jump there. Once you've been to that system, it opens up as a fast travel hub. So all you have to do, let's say, is you want to go to something on the moon, right? You rotate the moon as a civilian outpost. As long as you've been there before, like I said, unexplored route, I haven't been here before. But in the exact same star system, we've been to Mars. Where have we been to on Mars? We've been here to Sidonia. We can instantly transport there and land there. That's good. It cuts down on having to rekey your systems to jump to an area that you've been to before. You can just instantaneously go there. That's a really great setup. For the outer systems, for instance, if you wanted to go here, it shows you the route that you're going to have to fly in order to get here, which is you're going to have to go to Olympus, you have to go here, then you have to go over here, up here, then down here, then right there, then down here, then back over here this way to land over here. That's great. It forces you to explore all of these different areas, and as you go through these areas, they may be of completely different levels. Like, for instance, here is level 1, so you can land there super early in the game, explore, get loot. But then to go here, it's level 15. It's more dangerous. You go forward, it's level 20. Super dangerous. You go forward again, which is down here, level 35. And the level keeps going up until, like, you're a high enough level to get to the destination in which you want to go. That's super good. I like that. I like the fact that there are star routes that you have to go that are plotted, that are safe. You can't just click on something and instantaneously fly there because it's in the unknown, which the game, in my opinion, handles perfectly. The thing the game handles great is the unknown, exploring the unknown, but it's very much held back by the fact that it falls into the trope of being a Bethesda game, which in some aspects causes it to be a little bit generic. Like, for instance, story mode. You're not gonna give a shit about the story mode. I don't care about the story mode. Nothing happened in the story mode that popped off that made me interested. What is interesting is, just like every other Bethesda game, the side ventures, where I landed on a planet in the middle of a civil war, and I teamed up with two unlikely forces to basically take down a third force. But when I first played through, when I landed on that planet, I accidentally ran into the opposite force and teamed up with them to wipe out the other two forces. That's great. That's enjoyable. Exploring, not running into the same thing twice. The procedurally generated worlds, decent, I guess. Okay. As a standard, we've definitely had better procedurally generated worlds. Something that I do wish is that the game had essentially decided to, out of all the worlds that it had that you could explore, maybe 20 of them, 30 of them could have been handcrafted worlds that aren't procedurally generated, but they are static and always remain the same for certain story beats or for certain situations that may occur. I kind of wish that there were more of them. There aren't. That's okay. A lot of times you land on a planet, there's something over here, and on another playthrough you land on a planet, it's not over there, it's over there. Sometimes it's a little bit annoying. It causes situations to be a little bit stale. Character models in the game, oof. I'm not saying character models are rough. You know what? Let's go to New Pacifica, which I think is in Alpha Centauri. And let's go to here, and let's land at, not the Lodge, but let's land at New Atlantis, which I think is right here, right? Because I actually want to take a look at and point out basically how sucky the models are. They're bad. They're not like crazy garbage, but they do kind of suck, which is the character models for just random people walking around the world is kind of, what the hell do you mean by corrosive environment on this planet? Is kind of trash. We just have like people walking around on the planet with like random shit on. Face models suck. I don't know what the fuck is going on there. I don't know what my man has seen, what's behind me, but what's with the side eye, my boy? Hell, am I naked? Hell no, I think I look pretty good. Out of the three of us, I'd say I'm the only one that looks good. Hey, my man. Just be staring to yourself while I slap the shit out you. You understand me? And I don't know why you're looking over here for like that. Move your ass on. The models suck. Armor looks good.
I don't know what she lost, but she won't get it back by a no.
I'm not gonna complain. Like, the armor in this game, I actually freaking enjoy. It's super decent, but just the generic character models for people walking around the world. Oh, I look like Jaden Smith. Ugly. Good God. And you think I'm joking? This is on high, right? All the graphics models are on high. So you can only imagine what would happen if I was to like drop everything up to like a higher level. Just oof. It's mega oof. There's also you're gonna run into like a lot of bugs, like characters floating in the air, bodies that when they get shot they propel into space at like Mach 7 on planets with gravity, random freezing, random crashing. Like this, it's a rough launch, but guess what? It's a diamond in the rough, baby. Because it's a diamond in the rough, that means that it's only going to get better from here. I can only pray to God that that is the case. And what I mean by that is once the mod community gets their hands on this game and they've spent maybe a month, 2 months, maybe hell shit, maybe even 3 months just modding out the game, adding high-res textures, adding new armor, creating a better bounty system, creating a bounty hunter mode, things along those lines, I think the game's going to be absolutely fucking fantastic. I think it's going to be great. And with the fact that such a thing like artificial intelligence for audio exists, if you've been on TikTok, you've heard AI basically telling you stories for like the last like year. You can use that to basically populate this entire game with new characters that are just taking you on these extremely wild rides and adventures. The mod community for modifying ships, like I can't wait to see like the modifications that they add basically to the ships. Bigger hulls, better cockpits, better like interiors, the ability to have multiple different other things on your ship by having it be your choice. All of these different things, like I think those are going to be already upgraded that, so I don't think I can go any higher in regards to my reactors. What are my grav drives? Actually, my shields. I'd love to be able to bring my shields to 25 so I can take a little bit more punishment. We'll focus on that like at a later time. All of that type of stuff. The mod community is going to be the one to bring it. I don't see Bethesda adding any of that stuff in any way, shape, or form. For the most part, I really feel as though this is basically Skyrim 2.0. This is Skyrim 2.0, Mass Effect Andromeda 1.2, where the story is generic, but it has potential. It has a whole lot of heart, and it's probably going to be the game that people are going to be playing for like the next 10 years, modding it out in every way, shape, and form. Like, I'm expecting in 2 months to see fucking lightsabers, to see Darth Vader, to see Spider-Man, to see random fucking characters, for ships to have decals and paints of characters and anime characters, you know, those lines on the sides, and the ability to be able to basically fly your ship in atmosphere and things along those lines. The mod community is going to be the one that gives it to you. I don't know what else is there to say about this game. Like, I think this game is decent. Not to rag on it, it's just decent. It is a decent game. And I think that it was people's expectation of this game that kind of blew it out of proportion and created like this level of hype that really shouldn't have existed.
Wait, I know her. She's the one who helped. This is Captain Young. Please acknowledge.
Oh.
Nice to see you. Been busy risking your ass for total strangers, huh?
Okay, here's one thing I actually enjoy. Characters remembering you and the decisions that you make basically affecting the universe around you. For instance, I saved this person like super early on. Here she is again. That's fucking dope. Or joining a pirate organization, and anytime I run into the pirates, they're all friendly with me and not trying to kill me. That's fun. That's also fucking dope. I love that type of shit. That's good. We need more of that. And I think that the mod community is going to be the ones to deliver more of that. There really isn't much more to say about Starfield. It's, like I said before, decent. It has potential. But the idea of playing a game for 15 to 20 hours before you're finally able to start enjoying the game the way in which you want to enjoy the game is kind of ludicrous. That's the equivalent of asking people to play Elden Ring until you got to Radon, or at least until you got to the city beneath the Erd Tree and fought Morgoth for the second time before they are allowed to basically start enjoying the game. No. It's the idea of exploration. It's the idea of your character doing things, and the things that you're doing improving your character's experience. Locking all of that stuff essentially behind a point system, which requires you to go out and grind things that you don't want to do in order to level up so that you can do the things that you want to do, then going back out to complete challenges, and then going out again to get another point by leveling up again to come back and level up the thing that you want to do so that you can do another challenge, so that you have to go out again and level up so that you can put it into it. No, stupid. Let people play the game they want to play. Feed into what made Oblivion and Skyrim great. Talking to people, leveling up your persuasion, running around, leveling up your fitness and your endurance, fighting people with certain weapons and leveling up those weapons. I understand that you wanted to like curtail people basically finding ways to like super level those, but that's where the fun is. Taking that fun away and then locking it behind them having to grind for like 20 hours to get anywhere in the game is absolutely fucking crazy. I think you'll enjoy Starfield if you're just looking for an exploration game that you can sit down and run around and play without thinking about anything, just going out and just exploring space. But for the most part, if you want like really deep and investing space exploration, go play No Man's Sky. Go join the Ponzi scheme, which is Star Citizen. There are a few other space games that you can play. Are you looking for really great and intuitive space combat? There are a few of those on Steam as well that definitely do it better than this game. If you want a space opera that has a really great story you can sink your teeth into, you've never played space operas before, go and play the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, or go and try out any other space opera game, because the story in this game is super fucking generic. But that's, yeah, like, come back in like 2-3 months where the mod community has basically created a whole plethora of mods for you to basically go and try out and enjoy, and I think you're going to have a fantastic time. But like, as the game is right now, the game is just, it's mediocre, it's okay. And sometimes being mediocre and okay in and of itself is okay, because you're the one who's out there, it's your money being spent to basically partake in this experience. But I can't really recommend Starfield. I'm sorry. Like, the way in which it is right now, I don't think that it's a game worth your time or your like major investment. I would go play Armored Core 5's Rubicon or Remnant 2 or shit. Go play Destiny or the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, or go back to Baldur's Gate 3, or go play WoW, or go play Texas Chainsaw Massacre. There are so many other games, Dead by Daylight, so many other games pop into my mind that I think about when I want to have fun. I'll probably only play this game for like another 3 hours, disappear, come back around Christmas time when there are like 1,000 mods, install them all, and watch my PC just implode from trying to run everything. But let me know what you think about Starfield. Comment down below, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace.